For you to have light, you must have a fire. Light is the result. Light is the effect of
energy,
the fire.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Energy
Light
to
is the
burn
end
it.
result of what? Of the fire. So something must be burning to create the light. And that's why then all the examples of the Nabis and the Rasuls is they had difficulty. It means that burning that comes in the heart, and all the burning of difficulty is producing a tremendous light that shines out. So when they say you're Nurani, it's because they carry difficulty. Because you can't have light without fire. The fire are the sins and the difficulties of people. So you take on the sins, it's like somebody throwing charcoal onto your fire. If your fire is small, it needs a fuel source. So what's the fuel source for your fire? The sins and bad character of people. Once you start to eat your own sins, your fire is burning. Inshallah, we have a point where the sins are not so great. Oh, what's going to feed the fire? Because now it's like an engine, it wants to burn. So now it starts to take the sins of everyone else. Like they're shoveling coal into that fire and burning harder and harder and hotter and hotter and giving out more light as an effect. So that's why then awliya come into an area and they're able to take the sins of people and reflect out back light. Because they burn all the difficulties. They give in exchange light. Allah is showing us the secret of the sun. Because to be a sun, not a planet. We say Nurani is from what? You're a star. Look at night. Why you get guidance at night from the stars? Because Allah is showing the power of a star is it consumes. As it consumes different elements, it's eating it. It's burning it and giving out light in exchange. So then each of us are trying and attempting to be a star. That's why you're raising yourself to a station of enlightenment and to be natural. So then the property of a star, we just have to study it on the internet. What is a star? And what is a star formation? That's exactly what we're trying to do. To form ourselves into stars. So then start consuming all of the elements around you, which are the sins of people, bad character. Anything unnatural, because their light is the only natural source of them. Anything unnatural, you start to consume. You burn much hotter, in exchange give light out. Process of cleansing and purification is taking place, that fire of lower desires would bring that fire in. So what Prophet Moses, peace and blessings, is teaching us is that with all of that difficulty that I'm taking from this material world, what's burning now inside of me is my heart. My heart is burning for that Divine Presence and can see nothing but that burning bush which represented his heart. That I'm in need of reaching to my Lord and I'm in need of reaching to that fire. It means you take the fire of desires and you bring it into what we call the fire of ishq and love. That's why also love is represented by a fire. I mean, that becomes the fire of the Divine Presence. That becomes the fire of yearning for that Divine Presence, where you can see nothing else and nothing else of importance but reaching to that Divine Presence. Because in the levels of the heart and Sufi teaching, each of the Prophets are coming and teaching us a teaching of perfection. That when you are completely focused on that love for the divine, and that love consumes you, you are reaching the perfection of character. Why? Because as you love the divine and move towards the divine, what is it that the divine asks you? Come to me, I have everything. All I ask in return is be of service. So it means then perfected characters are teaching us, once you run towards that divine, divine is opening that love is consuming you. All divine asks in exchange is be of service. And then spiritual teaching is then the whole process of enlightenment is as you're reaching towards that enlightenment, give back and be of service to creation. All creation. No distinction between creation. All of them created from that light. And that becomes the process of spiritual enlightenment. And that is our understanding of the Star of David, the Star of Solomon, and the star in Sufism. It's on my turban. It's like a sheriff badge.